What's going on YouTube? JT Jaborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Batgirls issue number 13. This one's written by Becky Clooney, Michael W. Conrad, and the art this time around is done by somebody named Jonathan Case. This is the continuation from the annual, as they make sure to mention here. Wait, you read the annual, right? If you didn't, you should probably know that this is Steph and Cass's body. Fasten your seatbelts, it's going to be a bumpy ride. So this continues after the annual, and if you saw my video on there, if you just happened to, or if you don't know, I said that was the best issue of the entire Batgirls run, with genuine ease. It was a lot more mature. There was actual stakes. There was a more interesting story. Maybe it was just kind of the longer pages that gave him the chance to tell something more interesting. And this picks up after that, and this continues the momentum of that. And what I liked about this one is it felt like some actual character development happened. There was some serious stakes. There was actual suspense and tension. There wasn't so much tee-hee-hee type dialogue and anything like that. The stakes felt actually kind of serious here. And if the book can continue this tone and momentum, then maybe Batgirls will continue to thrive in that regard. I said the annual was genuinely a good issue, and I think this issue, picking up after the events of the annual, is another good one too. So 2 in a row that have been, I guess it was just a matter of having a more interesting story, some more serious stakes there involving the body swap Freaky Friday aspect to the plot, and actual character development happens in this issue, particularly for Lady Shiva, and that to me is the strongest aspect of it. So now that Steph's in Cass's body, it doesn't undermine Shiva's intelligence too. She's still the better fighter than Stephanie, obviously, and she's able to say, "You are not my daughter," utilizing like, "I know my daughter well, this is clearly not her." So I like that aspect. It showcased how smart she was. We even got a little bit of Zatanna in this thing, and then Madame Zodiac is somehow involved and such. So like, Shiva is smart enough to realize, okay, look, you're not my daughter, but even Steph is still kind of smart enough to be like, look, I can kind of I know you're not actually gonna kill me this time around, because otherwise you would have already kind of done that already. So like, what is it you want? And you do get one nice moment from Shiva, despite all the tension and all the stuff she's put her daughter's hell through. Steph's kind of pleads with her, look, just accept your daughter for who she is. She doesn't have to live up to you. Why don't you just kind of why don't you just sit and have a conversation with her for once? And Shiva is like, look, I don't regret my life choices. I never will. But yes, I do love my daughter. So that to me is a nice moment. Perhaps Lady Shiva redemption too, or maybe not full redemption, but kind of seeing things with her daughter on, like, getting more on the same page. And once the body swap kind of happens, they're back to themselves. Even she was like, look, let's talk when this is all done. I'll be waiting for you, so they can have that actual conversation with each other. I like that aspect. I liked how Shiva's intelligence was showcased here. I liked how, despite all the stuff that she's kind of put her daughter through and all that crazy history, however DC Comics works nowadays, she still at her core loves her daughter. So I like that aspect. It makes her a more interesting character. You have Cass, who had switched places with Steph, who was kidnapped by her father. So they're both kind of going on these dueling journeys, if you will. She's dealing with her disgruntled parent here, and then Steph's dealing with her disgruntled father there. And it kind of ends on a bit of a cliffhanger. Steph's kind of tied up, and she's like, wakes up like, wait, Dad, you're alive? He's like, welcome home, Stephanie. We've got a lot of catching up to do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Cass knows kind of where they're at roughly, so she's going to kind of come, like, spring into action. Bruce and Barbara are off investigating their own things. The whole Madame Zodiac thing, I'm not sure if she's going to play a factor going into the story any further. It just felt kind of like a plot device to kind of get the two girls to kind of swap bodies and such. Maybe she'll play a factor later on. I'm not exactly sure. But it'll be kind of interesting to see where it goes from here now that Cluemaster is back into the picture. As for the art, I actually like this style. It felt like a real classic comic book from a different era, and it was stylized kind of differently. It looked neat. The colors, and that, I think the colors too, like, popped really well on this thing. I like the pinks and the purples and the yellows all kind of intersecting together. I think the colors in particular were very strong in this issue, and they definitely stand out amongst the artwork. And there's some nice looking artwork here too. I really like the style that they kind of went for. Like I said, it feels more like a classic comic book art style, and it visually orchestrates things well with the story. You get kind of tense moments, you get the emotional beats across and such. So like I said, there's moments there where we're looking into their eyes, you can tell what they're thinking and such. So yeah, once again, I think Batgirls is kind of hitting its rhythm between the last issue and this. I hope they're able to continue this momentum going forward. Yeah, it's okay once in a while to have some of that tee-hee-hee type moments, but it was really overcrowding the first really the first year's worth of issues in this series. And now that we kind of got that out of the way, I like the fact that the stories are getting a little bit more serious. There's more emotion and weight behind it now. And I don't know what's going to happen post Dawn of DC, if this book's going to continue onward or not, because DC is kind of up in the air with a lot of what they're going to do with their comic division. Dark Crisis is finally ending next week, and then we're going to go into Lazarus Planet, and then that goes into Dawn of DCU, which is probably 100 more tie-ins and stuff. So I don't know what the fate of Batgirls is going to be once things kind of change a little bit. Maybe it'll continue some more. Maybe they'll relaunch it again. That's what DC tends to like to do. So only time will tell. I feel like DC is going to need to do a lot of relaunches for all their titles. They're basically going to do Rebirth 2.0, I feel like, but we shall see. So with Dawn of DCU, that's just kind of the vibe I'm getting. I think we'll know more once the solicitations come out, and I think they're coming out this Friday, so when they do, I'll definitely make some sort of video on it. But anyways, that's going to be it for my DC comic book reviews for today. Just the Dark Crisis tie-in, the last of the tie-ins there, and Batgirls number 13. Next week, I think it's going to be Jesus. I think we're going to be pretty stacked next week because that's the week of Christmas and all that. I think there's Batman vs. Robin, the final issue of Dark Crisis, Nightwing, I think the final issue of Urban Legends, or unless that's going to be in January, I can't quite remember. And then just a whole slew of other things to look forward to. DC versus Vampires and that too, I think might be coming to an, or at least the All Out War storyline. So I'll get to that next week. So there's going to be a lot of comic book reviews next week for DC, but this is going to be it for this week. So I like this. Only 2 videos to have to make today, so that makes it easier on Sean. But anyways, if you have any thoughts on this issue of Batgirls and what do you think of the series so far, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video, which will probably be when I go see Avatar 2 this week. So look forward to all that stuff. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I'll see you all in the next video. I think I just said that again, but whatever. Bye-bye.